y'all doing? Oh yeah, I gotta move my mic over here. Here we go. Alright, y'all know what time it is. It's time to read the book. So I think we on like chapter 4, I believe. Let's see if we could do 3 chapters. That's crazy, but it's a lot of reading. Y'all know how I feel about reading. Okay, let's see. It's dark, but my headphones are lighting up the book, so that's good. Okay, so chapter 4, Eurydice. I've gotten very good at dodging my sister and brother-in-law. It's easier with her these days because she's massively pregnant with twins, so I hear her coming well before she has a chance to catch me slipping out the front door. I'm not trying to be sneaky exactly. This is the lower city. There are a few places I can go that Hades won't find out about. Or more accurately, that Sharon won't find out about. Hello, Tyler. But he's off on some errand tonight, and so I'm taking advantage of his absence. Again, I have no doubt I'll face his disapproval when he finally tracks me down. And I'm not quite ready to face him after what happened last night. We both said things we can't take back. No matter what he offered, there's no returning to the safe friendship where we both pretend there's nothing deeper. I've ruined it. No, I'm not thinking about that. I need to focus. Aria texted me earlier that she could get out tonight. So we're meeting on the bridge. Not the Juniper Bridge. I still avoid that one, even 3/4 of a year later. It's not quite superstition that something bad will happen if I revisit the place where everything changed, but it's not superstition. If I take the long way around to the Cypress Bridge every time I need to cross the river, well, that's my burden to bear. Mine and Sharon's, since he's usually driving me. I promised Sharon I wouldn't go to the upper city, but Aria has an open invitation to the lower city, courtesy of Hades. He hasn't explicitly said that he's aware of the task Aphrodite gave me, or I suppose she's Eris again, since she relinquished the title, but nothing happens in the lower city that he's not aware of. Eris promised me that Aria had an invite, and I don't see why that would have been revoked. Getting her to flip on her father is still the goal. I'm not a complete fool, though. I know better than to go out alone without letting someone know where I am. Since there's no way I'd clue in any of my sisters, I text Eris. So the text says, headed to meeting with Aria, plan on talking and maybe having a drink in the lower city. She doesn't make me wait long for a response. Eris, I think my invite to lower city is still good too. Want me to head your way? I almost say yes. Eris is more than a little terrifying, but that's benefit in this city and probably in this situation. She'll come in all sharp smiles and double-edged words, and I won't have to do anything but sit there and look pretty, which is exactly why I can't say yes. If I really want to stand on my own, I have to stand on my own. Me. I've got it covered. I'll text you after I'm done talking with her. Eris. If that's what you want, drop your location when you pick a place. I frown at my phone. Really? That's too much. What's she gonna do if I don't text in a reasonable amount of time? Ride to the rescue? I call in my sister to ride to the rescue. The thought makes me grit my teeth. When I was first approached by Eris at the ill-fated house party, I thought finally someone was seeing me for my potential instead of as the broken-winged bird to be hidden away from the world. And at first that was even true, not so much now. Me. I said I've got it covered, just wanted to keep you in the loop. Eris. Fine, I hear you loud and clear. Eris, be careful. I flip my hood up and stride down the street toward the bridge. It's a good 20-minute walk, and the night is plenty cold. But it feels good to be out on my own. Like maybe I'm really as capable as I've been pretending to be. It's not so late that people have all gone home, and I nod to those I see as I walk. The reports will get back to Sharon, to Hades, within the hour, but I hope they both see the value in what I'm doing and don't charge in to rescue me. I'm the only one who can do this. Area is a weapon in the making, and we need one now more than ever. Honestly, it might be too late. When Minos' son, when Minos' foster son, Theseus, killed the last, oh my god, Heph, the last Hephaestus, and took his place, it created ripples that are in danger of becoming a tsunami of terror and violence. I don't know what possessed the founders of Olympus to slip an assassination clause into the near forgotten laws, but no, that's a lie. I know exactly what possessed them. The founders were most likely carbon copies of the people who now hold the titles of 13, the ruling body of Olympus. Power hungry and politically vicious. But there are rules, and that means that each of the 13 comes about their title in a different way. And then they keep it until they die or retire. Most of them don't bother retiring. They cling to that power until it's wrenched from their hands by death themselves. Now we're left to deal with the mess their ambition created. I have feelings I have mixed feelings about Olympus. I always have. My sisters think I see the city with rose-tinted glasses, but the truth is that I am all too aware of the dangers lurking in the shadows. Maybe that wasn't always the case, but it is now. No matter what I think of the 13, who use and discard people to further their goals, yes, even my mother is guilty of it, I will always have empathy for the rest of the people. They didn't choose to be born into Olympus, any more than I did, and we're all just trying to survive the waves caused by those more powerful than us. There's no telling if Area has information we can use. Oh my god, these pages are so hard to turn. To protect the people of the city, but I have to try. I'm no tactician, but even I can see this is only the first wave. They're softening the city up for the next blow, and that might be the one that breaks us. If I can do anything to hold the danger off, I'll lie, and more to ensure the innocents who never asked for this are kept safe. I'm reading real bad tonight. Or as safe as they ever are. Fog curls in as I reach the bridge. Both remaining bridges that span the river Styx feel otherworldly. The Cypress Bridge is on another level entirely. The stone columns are wider around than most people and soar upward to create an arch. Just making sure he's still good. I know both Upper City and Lower City reside in the same realm, but it's hard to remember that when entering these arches feels like leaving the world behind, especially tonight when the fog hides the other bank from me. Fear licks up my spine, whispering that this isn't safe. With the fog so dense, anyone could be waiting for me on that bridge. It could be another ambush, and this time there's no Hades and Persephone to save me. No, damn it, no. I'm not defenseless, not anymore. I hitch my purse higher on my shoulder and slip my hand aside to touch the gun nestled there. Sharon's been taking me to the private shooting range Hades owns, and while he didn't technically give me permission to borrow this one, it's just a little insurance. I'm sure I won't have to use it, but I have to if I need it. I'm sorry, but I have it if I need it. Oh my god, my reading is awful tonight. One last jagged breath, and then I plunge through the arches and onto the bridge. I have a standing invitation to the lower city, so the boundary is barely noticeable as I stride down the bridge. She's beat me to the middle of the bridge, and she huddles against the stone railing, her arms wrapped around herself. She's a pretty plus-sized woman with medium brown skin, sweet dark eyes, and wavy black hair. She may take after her father, Minos, but only in coloring. He's handsome in a way that looks like he was hacked out of a mountain. She's much softer. Aria looks up as I approach. She's easily 6 inches shorter than me, just a few inches over 5 feet. I don't have as much time as I thought. I'm sorry. But you came all this way. It's almost as if her father knows she's not fully on his side. He's coming up with reason after reason to keep her close since the house party where Theseus killed the last Hephaestus. Only because I have a warning for you. It's important, Eurydice. She shrugs, her expression pinched. You heard about Triton? I nod. He was killed in a fight when they tried to get to Poseidon. Arya shakes her head. No, he wasn't. His attacker was after him. She looks out over the river, except it is invisible through the fog. I can still hear the rush of water over rocks far below, but it echoes strangely. I press my lips together and debate whether to press her on this. Ultimately, that's why I'm here. How can you be sure? Because that's why I couldn't get out last night. She turns those big dark eyes on me. My father held a meeting with some person I've never seen before, and then they left. Less than an hour later, Triton was announced dead, and they were photographed fleeing the scene. He wasn't killed by an Olympus citizen who doesn't understand the rules. He was assassinated by someone who answers to my father. She hiccups, a little sound that's almost a sob. Triton is one of the few who can ferry people through the barrier, I say slowly. Anyone from Poseidon's bloodline can, but that bloodline has gotten sparse in recent generations. Oh, he turned over. Triton has a number of daughters, but he kept them under lock and key. None of them work for Poseidon. At this point, I think Poseidon's down to a few distant cousins. He has no siblings or children of his own. If the other cousins are killed, I don't know who inherits the title once he's gone. I don't know if anyone can inherit the title. It passes down from parent to child, or in rare cases, to the closest in bloodline. If there's no one left, does the title of Poseidon die? I shudder. The barrier is failing. That's what I hear. She tucks her hair behind her ear, but the wind immediately whips it free. I don't know why they are targeting his family, but she stops short. I really shouldn't be saying any of this. I shouldn't have come at all. From my interactions with Minos, I found him to be misogynistic pig. He covers it well enough with charm, but it couldn't be clearer in how he treats his children. Arya, because she's a woman. Icarus, I'm gonna say Icarus. Icarus, because he doesn't fit in with what Minos has arbitrarily decided a man should be. I place my hand gently on her shoulder. I had to play this slow, soft. I know it's not easy for you in that household. Her lower lip quivers. It doesn't matter. I can't leave. I'm going to lose her if I'm not careful. It's not even her father I'm worried about now, though. I'm plenty worried about him. I've seen the way the Minotaur watches Arya when he thinks no one is looking. There's a feverish quality to his gaze that raises every hair on my body. It reeks of obsession. She seems to be entirely unaware of it, though. Or maybe not, because I doubt Minos is the one who's put the hunted look in her dark eyes. I have to get her on my side, no matter what it takes. Arya, I sink a bit of strength into her name. People are dying. I know you're in an impossible situation, but surely you can see that you have information that will save lives. She still won't meet my gaze. Is that the only reason you invited me out last night? Yes. It's nothing personal. I like her a lot. She's sweet and nerdy and a little awkward, but she's got a good heart. I'm not sure how it survived her family, but it's there, shining beneath all the bullshit her father spews at her. But I wouldn't be pushing her so hard if she wasn't a Vitalist? I guess a Vitalist. I don't know. I need to hit my vape. Take a deep breath and tell the truth. I like you, so I won't lie to you. If I met you under other circumstances, I would want to be friends. But you gave Apollo a hint that you possess some really important information. I'm the only one you seem willing to talk to, so I'm the only one making the overture. She nods as if it's nothing more than she expected, but her shoulders dip a little bit. Right, that's what I thought. We'll protect you. I reach out tentatively and place my hand on her shoulders. We'll get you out and we'll keep you safe. I don't imagine that her father, or the Minotaur, will take kindly to us spiriting her away. But if Eris can see the value Arya brings, then surely the rest of the 13 can too. We have to get her out. We have to. That's what Apollo said. She tries for a smile but doesn't quite pull it off. Arya finally looks at me. I have to think about it. Frustration blooms, but I do my best to keep it off my face. This was never going to be an easy win. She lived her entire life under her father's control, and if people are dying because of his actions, it's hard to break that yoke. Understanding that doesn't stop me from wanting to shake her until she sees reason. I'll be here when you're ready. Arya nods. She looks frailer than she did at the house party. The last month hasn't been easy for her, but I swallowed down my sympathy. She has information that might save lives, and she's not sharing. If you know something, I know a lot of things. I don't know what's important and what's not. She shakes her head. Just be careful, okay? I don't think the lower city is going to be any safer than the upper city going forward. I had to go before they realized I snuck out. Before I can come up with a response to that, she turns and darts away. The fog swallows her up before she's more than a couple yards away. I shiver. I don't know if I made progress or not, but it was worth the risk. I turned back from my side of the river, mulling over her words. Do I tell Sharon about the warning concerning the lower city? It's very vague, and I'll probably have to explain why I chose to meet Arya alone instead of bringing someone for protection. But surely the information is worth the uncomfortableness of talking with him so soon after last night. I don't have an answer. By the time I reach the arches leading to the lower city, which is a damn shame, because they're not empty any longer. A familiar shape separates himself from the shadow of the one nearest me, arms crossed and blue eyes furious. Where the fuck were you? Sharon grits out. Oh shit, I'm in trouble. That is the end of chapter 4. Now we on to chapter 5. Alright, y'all ready? Okay. Chapter 5 is titled Sharon. I do not, as a general rule, lose my temper. A year ago, that might have been different, but I've seen so much shit since then to allow my emotions to get the best of me. That doesn't stop my fear and anger from damn near swallowing me whole at the sight of Eurydice walking toward the lower city across the Cypress Bridge. I fight to keep it under wraps, but it slips through my fingers like the fog that blankets the ground around us. She nearly misses a step when she notices me, but I can see the exact moment when she decides to power through this on bravado alone. She lifts her chin in a move I've seen Persephone do 100 times and marches right up to me. What are you doing here? No. That trips her up. She blinks those big eyes at me. What do you mean, no? No, you don't get to go on the offensive when you're clearly in the wrong. Some of my anger seeps into my voice, and I can't stop myself from continuing. You know it's dangerous to be out by yourself, let alone to be on this bridge, over this bridge. You of everyone know it's dangerous. Why the fuck are you out here without an escort? Zeus is dead. Zeus is alive and living in Dodona Tower. She thins her lips. He's not the same and you know it. Yeah, I guess so. I'll never be a fan of Zeus, regardless of who holds the title. But even I can't deny that this one is miles better than the last. I won't allow her to distract me with semantics, though. And you know damn well that he's not even the biggest threat out there right now. Everyone is a threat. A year ago, she would have burst into tears at my harsh tone. 6 months ago, she would have flinched and apologized immediately. Tonight, she doesn't do either. She steps closer and pokes me in the chest. I am not a child. You keep saying that, and then you act like a foolish teenager. She pokes me again. No, fuck that. I will suffer the overprotectiveness from my family in Hades, not from you. You took me to Minos' party. You trusted me to hold my own there. Yeah, I did, and I regret the fuck out of it. I thought it was a safe enough adventure for her to experience, tag along on my fact finding mission. Her delight at accepting the invitation was worth the ass reaming I got from Hades and Persephone over it. Or so I thought. Then people ended up in the hospital and Hephaestus. Yo, this word, it keeps coming up and I just don't know how to read it. Hephaestus ended up dead. I regret that. His gums are bothering him, guys, so he's gonna be really fussy. And there's nothing I could do about that. I mean, I've tried. Teething rings, everything, you name it. We're just gonna have to make it through this chapter. And then I'll end the video. Her shoulders fall, or maybe... Give me a second, guys. Where about the bookmark? Alright. Give me a second. I'm gonna go take care of him. I just flip him over. He's tired and his gums are bothering him, so hold on, guys. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, guys. He's gonna be really fussy, but I promise once I get through this chapter, I will end the video, and then I will put it on YouTube. Okay. Shoulders fall an inch and then hike back up. No, you don't get to do that. You're the only person who's looked at me and seen someone beyond a victim in waiting. You don't get to take that back. It's cruel. She's right. That doesn't change the fact that she's trying to distract me. I hate that it's working. The last thing I want is to hurt this woman. I've been twisting myself up in knots to ensure I don't make her uncomfortable. So yeah, I might regret the danger she was in at the house party, but I don't regret how she came alive there in a way I'd never seen. None of that matters in this moment, though. Not when she's being reckless and trying to cover it up. Where were you? Where were you? She's still in my space, her spiced perfume taunting me as much as the warmth coming off her body. I texted you earlier and you didn't answer. Guilt flares, threatening to hijack my anger. Going behind her back to talk to her ex without her explicitly asking me to was a shitty move, even if I did it with the best of intentions. Mostly. There may have been part of me that wanted to get a look at the man, to search for a hint of what it is about him that holds Eurydice captive, even a year in a fucked up betrayal letter. He's attractive enough, even more attractive than his brother, Apollo. Their father is Swedish, and their mother is Korean. And while they both have her coloring, Orpheus favors her more clearly than Apollo. He's almost pretty, but the year of suffering has sharpened that beauty into something else entirely. His black hair was always longish, but now it reaches his shoulders in a careless fall of silk. The biggest change is in his dark eyes. He still has enough charisma that I was caught off guard, but the loss there called to something I refused to look deeper I refuse to look too deeply at. I know what he lost. I refuse to make the same mistakes he did. I have some things to take care of. She searches my face for a long moment. Uh huh. Well, I also had some things to take care of. Eurydice, I bite out. Sharon, she mimics my tone. You don't get to keep secrets and then expect me to spill all mine. My hands move on instinct, catching her hips. She's wearing a coat, but it's too thin. I can feel her body clearly beneath the fabric. It's not the same. Okay, she flattens her hand against my chest. We fall into a bit of comfortable friendship over time, but there's a new intention in the way we touch each other after last night. I know I should hold off, should put some distance between us, but with the Cypress Bridge looming over us, I can't quite make myself release her. You're right. I don't regret taking you to Minnow's party because you held up your end of the promise and listened to me when I gave you an order. You knew it was dangerous and you trusted me to protect you, just like I trusted you to not do anything reckless that would get you hurt. I leaned down a little without fully meaning to. Hold on. I had to text Tyler. Um, um, I'm sorry, I don't remember where I left off, so I'm just gonna read it over again. Um, you knew it was dangerous and you trusted me to protect you, just like I trusted you not to do anything reckless that would get you hurt. I leaned down a little without fully meaning to. Whatever you did tonight, it was reckless. I ought to put you over my knee and paddle your ass. She smirks, and it's a ball of sheer lust to my system. Eurydice doesn't fear me in the least, and I want to inhale her fledging brattiness straight into my lungs. She shifts her hand, pricking my chest with her long nails. You're all bark and no bite. I don't mean to draw her closer, to hack us toward the large pillar at the entrance of the side of the bridge. There's not much light to begin with, but here in its shadow, everything feels softer, dreamlike. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to give you what you need. What about what you need? I know what she said last night, that I deserve more than a woman hung up on another man. Maybe she's right. I don't give a fuck. Why don't you let me be the one to make that decision? I don't want to hurt you, she whispers, as if being so close to her isn't a glorious agony already. I don't say it. My desires are not her responsibility. But last night changed things. Whether she wants to admit it or not, she wants me too. She loves me. And not only as a friend. Life is full of hurt, baby. I meant what I said. I won't pressure you, and I won't throw this shit in your face. I should stop there. But she's close and touching me, and I can't let this moment slip past without telling her the full truth. I know you have unresolved shit. I know your heart still hurts for him. But I'm not so selfish. Oh my god. But I'm not so selfish as to need your whole heart, Eurydice. Any pain that comes from being with you is far outweighed by the joy of having you in my life. You really mean that? It's not a question, but it demands an answer all the same. I do. And if I said yes, that I would give this a shot. My heart is pounding so hard, I'm surprised she can't feel it. Maybe she can. I like to say, I take you home and romance you slow and sweet. I don't want slow and sweet, Sharon. I don't know if I ever did. She drags her hand lightly down my chest to my stomach. She's moving slowly, giving me plenty of time to stop her. God's help me, but I don't. Not even when she cups my cock through my slacks. Eurydice squeezes me lightly. What if I want it fast and hard and now? Savage. Bookie's getting juicy. I'm surprised Tyler wasn't like, whoa, in the chat or something. I have kept myself on a tight leash, and she's doing her damnedest to pick it apart, thread by thread. I am trying to do right by you. She leans back against the pillar. I can't see her expression clearly, but I know her well enough to know she's got a challenge in her eyes. It's a flicker I've seen more and more often in the last few weeks. I should enjoy it as much as I do when she's challenging me. She's not doing what I say, which means she might be acting out and putting herself in danger. She's not in danger right now. I'm standing between her and anyone that might be out on the street. I can't claim to know every bit of her, not when she's showing me glimpses of pieces I've never seen before, but I know my intentions. I am heartily tired of people thinking they know what's best for me. She rubs her thumb back and forth against the underside of my cock, where it flares. Why don't you start worrying about you? What do you want, Sharon, right here, right now? I want to marry you. I won't say it. Hold on. Mm-mm. I won't say it. Where am I? Oh yeah, I won't say it. I might be in for this woman. I might be all in for this woman, but she's not quite there yet for me. How can she be? Part of her still belongs to someone else. I've laid the groundwork for Orpheus to give those pieces of her back. But who knows if he'll take me up on it? Who knows if we even need him to anymore? Sharon, there are 1,000 ways this could go wrong. I meant what I said before about wanting to romance her soft and slow. But I'm not a fool. I know how to divorce what I think she should have from what she actually wants. Is this what you want right here, right now? And if it is, there it is again, that brightness that I want to wrap up and bolster for the rest of my fucking life. I shift closer, pressing my cock more firmly against her palm. Prove it. Prove it? She leans closer until her breath goes against the front of my throat. Like this? Eurydice hesitates, but I don't have a chance to tell her to keep going. She undoes the front of my pants with quick fingers and delves her hand inside, or like this. The shock of skin against skin snaps what's left of my leash. Sorry. I wrap my hand around her waist, her wrist, pinning her to me. You know how this works. Give me a safe word, baby. Technically, this is a conversation we should have had well before it got to the point of her hand in my pants. But I might die if she stops touching me now. Liar? I don't ask why, but part of me can't help wondering if the word has something to do with Orpheus. I push the thought away. Good girl. Now you have a choice. She ignores my hand around her wrist and strokes me slowly, exploring the length of my cock. What choice? Her voice has gone low and sweet, but a thread of earlier sauciness remains. You're going to let go of my cock and walk with me to my car. Her grip tightens. Or I'm going to fuck you right here in public where anyone walking past can see us claiming each other. My brakes are gone. There are 1,000 reasons not to do this right here, right now, but I can't think of a single one. Not where her little gasp of surprise ghosting against my throat. The sigh, Eurydice. She makes me wait, the little brat. She strokes my cock another time, two, and I let her. I might be hanging on by a thread, but I won't toss her over my shoulder and haul her cute little ass to my car. She has a choice. It's a narrow choice, but it's still a choice. For the second time this week, I have absolutely no idea what she's going to do. Quite the decision. She inhales deeply, dragging her nose over my throat. It's cold out here. Take me to your car. Eurydice kisses my neck. Anyone walking by can still see us claiming each other. Her hand tightens around my cock, but at least we'll be warm. Trying to get comfortable. My brain barely has time to comprehend her words before my body moves. I dip down and toss her over my shoulder. My car is just around the corner. So I pause to tuck my cock back into my pants before I stalk down the sidewalk to it. I half expect Eurydice to squirm or holler, but she's relaxed and loose over my shoulder. I'm nearly to the car when she tugs up the hem of my shirt and plays her fingers across the small of my back. Hurry up. I hurry the fuck up. No point in bothering with the front seat. We both know where this is going. And it's not me taking her back to the house. I yank open the back door and spill her across the seat. She grins at me and grabs the front of my pants. Hurry up. I follow her into the back seat and drag the door closed behind us. The sedan isn't the largest. I curse as we try to untangle our limbs, or I try to untangle, and Eurydice works on getting my pants off. This isn't how it's supposed to be, I muttered as I jerk her pants over her hips and down her legs. She has to fold her knees nearly to her chest, and I curse again when I reach her boots. I can't yank them off without hurting her, so I force myself to slow down and untie them. It's supposed to be private, just us. You've thought about it? She wrestles her arms out of her coat and pulls her shirt over her head. One boot, two boots. Then I'm finally able to free her leg. Her legs, sorry. I end up kneeling on the floorboard between her thighs. Thought about it? I've craved her like a fire in my blood. But it's more than that. I want to fuck her. To hear her little sounds of pleasure. To know exactly what gets her off the hardest. No shit, I want that. But I want everything else too. The mornings and the late nights and the bitchy days and the happy ones. Haven't you? Yes. She hooks my neck and then her mouth is on mine, kissing me with the same desperation surging in my blood. I knew she was right here with me, but this is just further confirmation. This is happening. We're in this together. I've imagined kissing Eurydice more times than I can count. Soft and sweet, hard and frenetic. No idea what that says. Everywhere in between. Reality is so different, it's barely comprehensible. She's warm and soft in my arms, and she teases my mouth open and takes what she wants. She tastes like peppermint, and it drives me wild. She works my slacks down my hips and pulls me tight against her. I freeze at the feeling of her pussy against my legs. She's wet and so hot, she practically scorches me. Slow down, slow the fuck down. I break the kiss and press my forehead to hers. I'm breathing as if I've run a great distance. Not supposed to be like this. You keep saying that. Her nails dug into my ass and she rolls her hips, rubbing herself up and down my length. We're pressed too tightly together for her to get me inside her, and I'm both grateful and furious about it. Tell me how it's supposed to be, Sharon. It's supposed to be slow. I hardly sound like myself. Wine you, dine you, seduce you properly. I press my forehead against hers until it almost hurts. Too rough. But if I don't do something to ground myself, I'm going to be inside her. Tease you until you're begging for it. Not in the back of my seat. Not in the back seat of my fucking car where anyone can see you taking my cock like a good girl. Sharon, Eurydice licks my throat. Maybe I want them to see. She's reaping against me almost desperately. If you don't fuck me right now, I think I might die. We've waited so long. You can seduce me properly later, please. I should deny her, but I'm already shifting back so she can grip my cock and guide me to her entrance. The feeling of being dragged through her wetness muddies my mind. But I still have the presence to grit out. Condom. I'm on birth control. She rubs the head of my cock against her clit. The lone street light outside paints her small breasts in vivid detail, but leaves everything else in shadow. Her breath hitches. If you want a condom, we can use one, but we don't need to. I haven't been with anyone in the last year, and neither has she. I don't know if I'm supposed to know she got tested the month after all that shit went down with Orpheus, but I overheard Persephone and Hades talking. She'd been furious her sister even had to worry about that on top of everything else, but it come back negative. I don't think Orpheus cheated on her, but it's not my place to say as much. Not then, and sure as fuck not now. I want to do this with her without a single thing between us. Maybe it's sentimental, especially when there is something, someone between us currently, but the desire remains. Are you sure? I manage. In response, she lifts her hips and slides the head of my cock into her. I curse long and hard and fight against every instinct demanding I drive into her. Claim this thing between us once and for all. Slow isn't something I'm capable of right now, but I need it to be just as good for her as it is for me. Touch yourself. Show me what you like. Eurydice doesn't hesitate. She gives my cock one last stroke and moves her hand up to her clit. I curse again, hating the shadows hiding everything, with the motion of her fingers from me. Next time I will spread her out on my bed and look my fill. Right now, I'll have to go by touch alone. I cover her hand with mine, letting her motions teach me exactly what she likes. She moans and rolls her hips, but I have just enough room to edge back so I don't sink deeper. Even the head of my cock inside her is sweet agony. I won't hold it together if I go deeper. Not yet. Please, make yourself come, baby. I can't stop myself from cupping her breast with my free hand. Come for me, and then you can have every inch of this cock. She subs out a breath and picks up her pace. I shake my head. No, don't rush it. I knock her hand away and take its place. She's slippery beneath my thumb, warm and wet and just for me. I mimic the motions she was doing on her own, vertical strokes that tease her eager little clit. Oh, I gotta take a bait. Sharon, she starts to shake, pressing her head against the seat hard as she tries to arch harder into my touch. Don't stop, I'm so close. I can't feel her face clearly, but I can read all the signs. I shift my touch on her breast and pinch her nipple lightly. She jolts and arches even harder into my hand. You like that? More. I give her more. A little taste of pain. There's no way I'm going to be making these, sounds. So I'm just reading them like normal words, guys. Okay? Okay, cool. Glad we understand each other. Alright. I give her more. A little taste of pain to heighten her pleasure. It's a delicate balance that we can explore more fully later. Right now, I just need her to come more than I need the next beat of my heart. She grabs my forearms, holding me in place as her body goes tense and she cries out, there. That's what I will spend the rest of my life chasing. I surge forward, sinking into the hilt and taking her mouth again. She clamps around me, so wet and tight that I nearly blow on the spot. I try to slow down to pace myself, but she wraps her legs around my waist and then her nails find my ass again, digging in just enough to have pain sparking. I thrust deeper. Oh fuck, it's too late. My orgasm hits me before I can stop it. I'm helpless to do anything but keep mindlessly thrusting, trying to get deeper. Fuck, fuck, fuck. And that last fuck was, I collapse against her. Eurydice shivers a little. Each move sends sparks of pleasure, so cute that it's nearly pain through me. I can't believe that shit just happened. Any of it. I gather her close and kiss her temple. I'm not 20 anymore. It takes me a little longer to recover, but my cock threatens to twitch back to life. Fuck. But that was barely enough to take the edge off. Sorry. Don't apologize. She gives me another of those delirious. She gives me another of those delicious shivers again. I like that I affect you like that. I like it too, but that doesn't mean I want to make a habit of it. My cock gives another twitch, and I can't help but thrust again. She tightens her legs around my waist. I close my eyes, letting myself sink into the feel of this really happening again. It feels so good. She rolls her hips. I don't want to stop. She kisses my throat, my jaw, the corner of my mouth. Keep fucking me, Sharon, until we can't fuck anymore. I don't tell her it will take a lifetime before I'm satisfied with fucking her. Instead, I lean back just enough to tear off my shirt. I want to be skin to skin with her. I need it. Eurydice helps me get the shirt down my arms, and then her fingers are in my hair, and her mouth is on mine. This time, this time I'll take her slow. It's not a bed, but we have nowhere to be, and no one is interrupting us. I couldn't stop if I wanted to. The end. Yeah. Oh, I don't think it's. I think one is a dude and one is a girl. Honestly, I love Sierra. Sierra just witnessed me reading the dirtiest book of my life, but I'm pretty sure. I think Sharon is a dude and Eurydice is a girl. It's very confusing, but I'm pretty sure Sharon is a dude and Eurydice is a girl. What you're reading sounds good. So this book is called Midnight Ruin. So I went into the bookstore down the block from where I live, and I originally went in there for The Great Gatsby, and they had to order it because they didn't have any in stock. So it's actually there. I got the text message today, but I don't have any money. It's literally $10, but I don't even have $10. Cash is one of the people in my stream, one of my viewers, but she's not here. um, should I keep going? Should I keep reading? That's the end of the chapter. Chapter 6. I don't know how long chapter 6 is, but I usually keep the videos kind of short because I've already been going for 46 minutes, and like when I download the video it takes forever. So that was chapter 4 and chapter 5. But yeah, so yes, I need it. I'll be in the room after this race probably. You really want me to read the next chapter? I think the dirtiness has stopped because it was just that chapter. But I could totally like Sierra does. I mean, I could keep it going, but I thought you were live. Like, didn't I get a notification you were live? So how you listening to me and streaming? I've sent my level up emote. Nice. Alright, you know what? No, I didn't stream. No, I'm talking about Sierra. I'm pretty sure Sierra was streaming, no? Maybe I'm tweaking. I usually put these up on YouTube. So, you know what? I'll read the next chapter. I can't promise it's going to be dirty or whatever. But, oh yeah. So, I was going in the bookstore to get The Great Gatsby, but it wasn't ready. So, I decided, you know what? I'm not leaving this store empty-handed because I told everybody that I was going to start reading books to the stream because, you know, I had a head injury and it affects my reading, and I've been really bad at reading lately, so I wanted to read books for the stream, try something new. So I was like, I'm not leaving this store until I get a book. So I asked the dude, I was like, you got any books like you recommend? And he sent me to the spicy section. I guess the dude is a freak, so whatever. So I said, oh, that's perfect. So here we are, spicy dark romance book. And I was like, you know what, my stream might love this because I got a bunch of horny viewers. So yeah, we gonna go on to chapter 6, okay? We gonna do it. We gonna do it. All right. First Sierra. Cheers. Wait, let me hit another vape. Let's hit our vapes together, Sierra. You know what to do. Cheers. Viewers getting hot in there. I know, right? Alright, so you got chapter 6. Alright. Chapter 6. Chapter 6 is called Orpheus. Alright. I don't even try to sleep after Sharon leaves. His words keep rattling around in my head, but the thing that has me pacing around my apartment, unable to stay still, is the realization that things really are over with Eurydice. They must be if she's moved on with him. I don't fault her for that. I don't even try. I'm pretty sure Orpheus is the ex of Eurydice, and Sharon is a dude. So, just to put that out there, in case you missed any part of the book. I mean, that's my understanding. I could be wrong, because when I read things, I completely forget what I read, so I didn't forget anything in that scene I just read, because, you know, dirty mind, but whatever. I don't fault her for that. I don't even try. We were never going to get back together. I don't deserve that. Even if, in my heart of hearts, I desperately want a second chance. That old saying about you not knowing what you've got until it's gone is far too accurate. The problem is that once you've done something to lose that priceless person, you don't deserve them back. But if she's not able to move on, no, I shake my head hard. We're not going down that road. I'm barely holding on as it is. Hope will destroy me utterly. All this time, I've said I just want to be able to apologize, get closure, all that shit. Hoping that Eurydice will do anything but spit in my face is a fool's dream. I turn for my door, barely pausing to grab my jacket. Maybe I am a fool. It's the only explanation I have for finding myself less than an hour later standing at the Cypress Bridge. Did he see them fucking? He's on the same bridge as them. Ooh. I've never been to the lower city. Initially, that was because no one in the upper city crossed the river Styx. Then, when Hades went public, I sure as fuck wasn't going to get an invite. In my time spent drinking alone in bars over the last couple months, I've heard people brag about trying to cross the bridge without an invitation. Apparently, it's painful enough that all of them were driven back to the upper city, telling tales comparing just how far they made it before the sensation was too much. I don't like pain, I never have. It's sure as fuck not something I seek out in my life. Though I've had plenty dogging my heels since I fucked things up with Eurydice. Penance. Penance. This is just one component of it. She was hurting that night because of my actions, because of the choices I made, because I valued any ambition more than I valued the woman I loved. I deserve a little pain, more than a little. I take a deep breath and start across the bridge. The fog makes it feel otherworldly, dangerous, downright malicious even. Eurydice is on the other side of this bridge, and if I have to go through torment to reach her to make things right, it's nothing less than she experienced. I can do this. I have to do this. Neither of us will get the closure we need if I don't. At first, I think it's nerves causing my skin to prickle. But with each step I take, the prickling gets stronger. First irritating, then painful, as I left acetone on my broken skin. No, not acetone. Fucking acid. I flinch and duck my head, but it makes no difference. The sensation follows me, digging into my skin regardless of how I hold my body. I'm not even halfway. It doesn't matter. I can do this. I pick up my pace, or I try. The soles of my feet ache as if I'm walking on knives. Sharp, stabbing motions, piercing my soles. The feeling's so real. I actually turn back to see if I've left bloody footprints in my wake. There's nothing but fog and concrete, and if that's not a metaphor I refuse to examine, I don't know what is. The upper city bank is no longer visible behind me. The temptation rises to give up. Pain sears me, and I know if I just turn around, just let my cowardice guide me, the pain will relent. Instead, I turn back toward the lower city for her, putting her needs first for once. I grit my teeth and keep going, staggering step after step. My world narrows down to putting one foot in front of the other. The knives beneath my soles turn into a fiery furnace that feels like it's melting flesh from bone. The burning of my skin morphs into 1,000 pinpricks of agony, as if I'm being swarmed by a cloud of invisible insects. For her. You're doing this for her, you pathetic monster. What are a few moments of pain compared to what she suffered as a result of your actions? You say you care about her, that you want her to be happy and free. Prove it. The voice in my head almost sounds like Sharon, but it drives me harder, faster forward. I couldn't weep with relief when I see the other arch if I had the strength for it. I don't. Instead, I just keep working my way, one shambling step after another toward it. Just when I think I can't handle it anymore, that the pain will actually kill me, or at least send me to my knees to, to offer, to suffer until someone comes along to put me out my misery. I step through the arch. Everything stops. The sudden lack of torment hurts almost as much as the pain itself. I staggered forward. Fuck. Oh fuck. Every breath is sweet bliss. I carefully shake out my arms and legs, testing to see if I'm really okay. Again, I look behind me. Certainly, I left a bloody path along the stones of the bridge. Again, I see nothing. I seem none. I seem none the worse for wear. What? Okay. But that doesn't stop a shoulder. The sentence is stressing me out. Okay. I seem none the worse for wear, but that doesn't stop a shudder from working through my body. I don't know. Does that sentence make sense to you guys? Because whatever. I don't understand how the boundaries work. Not the one around Olympus, and not the one between the upper city and the lower city. I don't know if I believe in magic, but it's hard to argue with it when I'm still feeling the phantom bites on my skin. I shudder again and rub my arms, willing away the memory of what I just experienced. There's nothing to do but look around. I didn't have much of a plan when I set out from my apartment earlier, and now I realize how foolhardy it was to come down here. I don't even have my phone. I'm lucky I remembered to grab my keys and lock my door behind me. It's the middle of the night. It's not as if I can just ask around until someone tells me where to find Eurydice. Besides, I already know where to find her. Hades and Persephone's house. She's been mostly living with them for the last year. Hades isn't Zeus, who marks his presence in his territory with a giant-ass skyscraper that can be seen from every corner of the city. Even so, surely it won't be that hard to find his home. I don't relish facing down him and his wife, mostly his wife, but it's a necessary step to get the closure both Eurydice and I need. For me to apologize, to verbalize all the ways I failed her and acknowledge that I can never properly make it right. To give her the closure she needs to be able to finally move on and be happy. With Sharon. I pick a direction at random and start walking. Maybe I'll just wander around until businesses start opening up and go from there. If I see someone before then, I'll ask them. As far as plans go, it leaves a lot to be desired, but it's the best I have. I almost don't pay attention to the parked car as I approach. He's gonna walk in on his ex and Sharon fucking, oh my god. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Ooh. Alright, it's a black sedan that looks identical to the ones the 13 and Legacy families used to travel around, which means it's nondescript but high-end. It gives me a pause enough to slow down. I see the fog windows and grimace. Not my business. I mutter and start to pick up my pace. Then I hear the moan. I would know that moan in my sleep. High and breathy and with just a hint of desperation that says she's close to coming. Eurydice. Impossible. Even as I think of it, I approach the car. This is a mistake. I'm mistaken, and I'm about to make an ass out of myself, playing peeping Tom. But I don't stop. Not until I'm right next to the car. Oof. The lone streetlight overhead gives off barely enough light to see through the fog windows, so the body's moving within. Even with the slight distortion, I recognize them. Eurydice is on Sharon's lap, her back to his chest, riding him with her legs spread wide. He kisses her neck and has one hand cupping her pussy, stroking her clit in the exact motion that will get her off, while the other plays with her tits. He's got a big cock. Oh wow. It's a strange thing to know. It's a strange thing to notice, but even from here, I can see the way he spreads her. It makes my stomach flip and my skin go tight. Jealousy, anger, even desire. It's all there, but I can barely feel those emotions. Not when the pit of loss opens beneath me, sucking them down, sweeping everything away. I really am a fool. I agree, it's crazy. I hadn't realized I'd started to hope, even as I told myself not to. That hope is gone now. Eurydice comes, making that sound I know so damn well. Sharon grabs her hips, holding her firm as he drives up into her, chasing his own orgasm. I need to stop watching. They haven't noticed I'm here. I'm too wrapped up in each other. Oh, I'm sorry. They haven't noticed I'm here. Too wrapped up in each other to realize they're no longer alone. But I don't move away. Apparently she didn't need me to make the journey here. After all, she's moved on with him, on her own strength, and even as it feels like someone is dicing my heart to pieces, I experience relief. My shitty actions didn't ruin her chance at happiness. How arrogant that I thought they could in the first place. I'm still standing there, staring like a fool, when Eurydice looks up and screams. Things happen quickly after that. A blink and the car door flies open. Another blink and a naked Sharon has me pinned to the car with a gun pressed under my chin. We really are nearly the same height. The thought is so absurd I almost laughed. Sharon's eyes go wide. Orpheus, you're still hard. I don't know why I say it. It doesn't matter that I can feel his cock pressed against mine. It's the gun I should be more worried about. It's like the events of the last hour or so have broken me, taking what little self preservation I still had. Orpheus, get back in the car, Sharon barks. Eurydice ignores him. She climbs out of the car barefoot without any pants on. She stopped to shrug into his shirt, but that's it. She pushes her hair back from her face, a frown pulling her eyebrows together. What are you doing here, Eurydice? I ignore the warning in his voice and answer. I came to apologize. Each word causes the gun to dig into my jaw. Maybe he really will kill me. The threat of death should worry me, but it's as if my brain broke. Shock, maybe. Though I thought shock only came from traumatic events. This fits the bill. Sharon, she snaps, tone harder than I've ever heard her speak. You are not going to murder my ex-boyfriend. Put the gun down. He hesitates long enough that I think he might shoot me and be done with it. But he finally shoves away from me with a curse. Honestly, it's not better because now I can see him. I can see them. I don't miss the fact that Sharon steps between me and Eurydice. He seems completely unbothered that he's naked standing on the street, but then why would he be? Hades rules the lower city and Sharon is his right-hand man. There isn't a single person on this side of the river Styx who would touch him. I shouldn't look. Nah, not at her and not him, but apparently I'm a glutton for misery. When I came across the river looking to make things right, somehow I never expected to find this. Sharon is perfectly made, as good as he looked earlier this evening. He looks even better, stark naked, standing barefoot on the street. Street light catches the sweat glistening on his muscles, and the wetness coating his cock. That was random. I can't help staring. You didn't use a condom. Why you... Eurydice catches Sharon's arms, wrapping her hands around his bulging bicep. Sharon, we can't do this here. It won't take me long, baby. I'll take care of this, and then we can go back to my place. He doesn't sound like the man I met earlier tonight. Gone is the thin veneer of control, replaced by a barely contained rage. I knew he was capable of violence. He wouldn't have lasted long in his current position if that wasn't the case. Hades might have the public perception of being a benevolent leader, but this is Olympus. No one in power keeps their hands clean, which means no one who serves them does either. Sharon, this is it. This is where he kills me. Again, some part of me buried deep inside is screaming that I am far too calm about this. I don't want to die, but I've spent the last 9 months in misery, moving through my days in a strange sort of half-life. I can't stand the thought of one more day of it, I don't like pain, no, but maybe it will clarify things. At this point, it's the only thing I haven't tried. But Sharon doesn't raise the gun, he doesn't pull the trigger. Instead, he allows Eurydice to urge him back several steps. She turns him to face her and shoots me an unreadable look, and then pulls him closer to speak in low voices. Even though it hurts, I can't stop watching now. The way she touches him so casually, the way his hand comes to rest on the small of her back, even as his gaze tracks the area around us, searching for threats. He appears to be giving her his full attention, but I don't think anybody could get the drop on him right now. And he's still fucking naked. His back is just as impressive as his front. Firm muscles with a delicious amount of softness, a thick ass, and equally thick thighs balancing him out perfectly. If I had any desire to paint these days and maybe really did have a death wish, I might ask him to pose for me. If we were different people, he might say yes. Sorry. If we were different people, I might try to use that opportunity to seduce him. He's not pretty, but he's damn magnetic. Add it. I shake my head. I can't help but laugh a little at the absurdity of where my thoughts have gone. I've always had terrible taste in men, and only slightly better taste in everyone else. Eurydice was the exception to that rule, and look how that turned out. Orpheus. I blink. Eurydice has been saying my name for some time now, I think. At least her tone has an awful lot of exasperation that says this is the case. What? It's not Eurydice who answers me. Get in the fucking car. Sharon doesn't wait for me to answer. He grabs the back of my neck and hauls me where he wants me to go. Eurydice barely gets the back door open in time for him to shove me inside. It's a testament to his control that he doesn't bash my head on the side of the car in the process. His clothes are scattered on the floor of the back seat, both of their clothes. The whole space smells like sex. There's a goddamn wet spot under my hand. Clearly, they've been at it for some time before I happen across them. I hate that. But there's some part of me that can't get the image of them fucking out of my mind. It's a curse of being an artist, but I have an exceptionally good memory. All I have to do is close my eyes and I can see his big hands on her body, and his even bigger cock spreading her pussy wide. I'm only human. I can't help that my cock hardens in response. Eurydice takes the front passenger seat and Sharon slides behind the wheel, still fucking naked. Neither of them speaks as he puts the car in gear and pulls away from the curb. At this point, I have nothing useful to say. I can't even guarantee what will come out my mouth if I start talking. I came here to apologize, but I really don't need to be taken to a secondary location for that to happen. But if that's what Eurydice wants, then that's what I will do. I owe her. I expect them to take me to wherever Hades and Persephone reside, but I highly doubt that these two live in the neat little townhouse Sharon finally stops in front of. There are no lights on in any of the buildings nearby, but he snaps his fingers at me, giving my pants. The absurdity of the situation draws a slightly hysterical chuckle from my lips. Yeah, of course. It takes me a second to figure out which pair of pants is his, and then I hand them over. Within a few minutes, the three of us are walking up the path to the front door. Sharon unlocks it and stands aside so we can precede him into the townhouse. I don't know what I expected to find inside, but once Eurydice flips on the light with the familiarity of someone who's been here before, it reveals a surprisingly charming home. Dark tile floors are softened by a thick rug that pulls the whole living room together. Dark leather couches, sturdy end tables that look like they're made out of driftwood, and a large fireplace round out the room. A huge TV hangs over the fireplace. I recognize several different game consoles on the mantle, but I didn't expect the art that hangs on the wall. Without thinking, I drift towards the pair of paintings. They are paintings, not prints. If I had stopped to think on what kind of art a man like Sharon might have in his house, my first thought would have been that he wouldn't have art at all. My second thought would be that if he did have art, It would be some kind of cheesy, hyper masculine nonsense, not this. They're landscapes. The artist obviously intended them to be a matching set. While they are positioned differently, they both show the same gorgeous, moody forest. The longer I stare, the more details I pick up. The mushrooms growing out of the side of the tree's trunk, the flowers tucked in the shadow of a boulder, a bird sitting protectively in its nest. I could stare at these paintings for hours. Unfortunately, that's not why I'm here for. I may have forgotten for the moment. But Sharon breaks the silence. I'll ask you again, Orpheus, what the fuck are you doing here? You invited me, I speak absently. A good portion of my attention still on the painting in front of me. I sure as fuck didn't. Sharon, the tone in Eurydice's voice brings us both up short. She looks back and forth between us, an expression flaring in her dark eyes that I've never seen before. Fury, what is he talking about? You invited him here. Alright, guys, it's the end of chapter 6. We read 3 chapters. I'm actually glad that you guys did push me to read the next chapter because I was like, oh, baby. In the beginning of the stream, I said I might read 3 chapters. Got to the second chapter, I was like, nah, I don't feel like it. And then you guys urged me to keep going. So I did indeed do 3 chapters, like I said in the beginning of the video. But yeah, that is the end of chapter 6, right? 6, that's 6. Yes, it is. So chapter 7, I'll try to read the book. It's so good. Yes, yes. I wish my reading was so good, but you know, we'll get there one day. I don't know. It's hard for me to read because, like I said in my other stream of this book, when I read, okay, so you see how the second sentence says, I have a head injury years ago, so it affects my reading. So I'm awful at reading sometimes, so I'm practicing. So when I'm reading that sentence, my eyes keep going back to the beginning of the sentence. So what it really looks like in my head when I'm reading that sentence, it's really, I had a head injury years ago. That's how my eyes read. But like, that's the sentence in front of me. Like, I can read the sentence, but it's just, it takes me a while because my eyes keep going back to the words before the word I'm trying to read now. And it's really hard to explain. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's literally how I read that sentence with my eyes. I had a head injury years ago, and it affects my reading. So I'm awful at reading sometimes, so I'm practicing. That's how my eyes read that sentence. So a normal person could read that sentence and be fine. But me, my eyes literally just keep going back to the word before. I guess it's because I have a rough time ever since my head injury. I'll read something, I have a rough time understanding what I read. So my eyes will go back to try to read it in my head while I'm still trying to read it out loud. I don't know if that makes sense, but like my eyes could be on the beginning of the sentence I had, and then I'll be reading out loud and I'll be at the part, so I'm awful. It's just weird. So I'll start like throwing in extra words too because I'm still trying to understand what I'm reading while I'm reading it. It's very weird, but that's how I read. But anyways, guys, that is the end of chapter 4, 5, and 6. I'll try to read the book tomorrow. I try to read at night, so it's like a nighttime kind of vibe. We chillin'. But you guys know that I be streaming at night too when I play Rocket League, so it's like, gotta balance it out. So I guess on the nights that I don't feel like playing Rocket League, like tonight, because I already played Rocket League like 2-3 hours ago, I guess those are the nights I'm gonna read books. But I do have to get The Great Gatsby. It's in the store. It finally made it to the store, so I have to get that at some point, and I'll be reading that in between this book. So I'll title the streams and the YouTube videos this book, and then I'll go on to read the other books in between. If you guys have a certain book you want me to read, feel free to drop it in the Discord, drop it in the chat. I will work on trying to get it, and I will read it to you guys. Or if there's a book that you like and you already know what it's about and you want me to read it, that's the same thing. I'll still do it. I'm trying to try new things for the Twitch channel because I've been doing this 6 years, and it's time for me to switch things around. You know, I added some new samblers, some new channel points. I added a little bot in the stream so that you got a reminder for all the links, social medias, blah blah blah. I changed the background a little bit. It was black before, if you don't remember. Now it's galaxy color. Um, I'm trying to do new things. I got a channel point that says download a new game because you know I play the same games on this channel for 6 years, so I'm trying to extend the channel. So I read books now because I suck at reading. And I was like, you know what? It might be a good time. We might have a good time. We always have a good time. So I try reading books now for the stream. Overall, my goal 2026 is just to be on social media more, just to try new things this year. And I've tried so many new things this year already, and we're gonna keep it going. Now we're reading books on stream. You know, I got a piano. Here, I'll show you guys. My piano, my pink piano. Got my keyboard over here. Trying to play that, learn that. I did the crocheting. That was this year also. Pretty sure it might have been the end of 2025, but pretty sure it was this year. Started making clothes with crocheting and plushies and sewing. Got my sewing machine. You know, I'm just trying to do all these new things. I've been posting on Instagram. I have 4 Instagrams and I don't use none of them. Crazy, right? So I started posting on Instagram pictures of me, pictures of places I go, hopefully, because I haven't gone anywhere. I'm in the house 24/7. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So anyways, also I don't really go anywhere cool. Y'all want to see Walmart, pictures of Walmart? Like, come on now. We need something better. So thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I try. But I'm trying to do a little bit of everything. I don't know about the awesome reading part, but thank you. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying because I'm terrible at reading. It's like my brain has a stutter. I don't have a stutter, but my brain has a stutter when it comes to reading. So I just stutter everything and I start throwing in words and words that don't even exist on paper. I bet if I took a picture, I was thinking about that. I was like, how should I do these reading streams? Like, I was thinking of taking a picture of each page and then putting it in like a slideshow and reading it with you guys. But it was like too much work. Like, you know, this book got hundreds of pages. I'm not taking 100 pictures. I'm okay. I was gonna do it like that, but I quickly changed my mind. I was like, this is just better. Let me throw in the background. Let them know it's okay to chat, and I'll stop to read the chat. It does not affect me because I'm here for you guys. So if I went to read a book uninterrupted, I wouldn't be streaming. So I wanted you guys to know that you guys could talk to me while I'm reading the book. That's okay. That's fine. But yes, I'm gonna get out of here. It is about to be 10 o'clock. Tomorrow I'm gonna upload this video as well as Rainbow Six Siege to YouTube. I'm not gonna do it tonight because it's 10 o'clock. That's my chill time. Baby's sleeping. The other one's still awake. So finally sleep. He's been awake for the last few hours. He's been awake for a really long time. So it's my time to relax. So I usually do that in the morning. Like right when I wake up, I just turn on the computer, download the videos, put them on YouTube. But yes, you guys will see more books. I'm trying to get on it. The Great Gatsby is finally at the store. I got the text today, so I just have to go pick it up. So we're gonna be reading that. And then I will get into Siege a lot more because I do like Siege. Siege is fun. I got a PC so that I could play keyboard and mouse for shooting games and Fortnite, and I use the damn controller. So I'm excited with Siege because this is exactly what I got a PC for. I wanted to play keyboard and mouse. Like Tyler's like, oh, you might not like it. Hold on, I gotta pick up my phone. I drop this phone 100 times a day. And my vape too. Okay. Tyler's like, you're probably not gonna like Siege because it's a big learning curve. But you know what? I like challenges. I don't think he understands how much I love new challenges. Like, look at me. This year, the keyboard, the sewing, the crocheting, I'm all about challenges and new things. So that's exciting to me because my day is literally the same thing every day. So, so yeah, new things are exciting to me. But I got a PC so that I can play mouse and keyboard on games, and then I just never do because most of the shooting games they allow me to use a controller, but Siege does not allow you to use a controller. Cause I put money on it that if Siege let me use a controller, I'd probably be playing with a controller. Just saying. When you give me the option for keyboard or controller, I'm probably gonna go team controller. Like nothing personal. It's just easier. All I wanted for 3 years is you to play Siege. You never told me that. I would have got it a long time ago. If you'd have told me that when I first got my PC, I would have been like, okay, bet. But you never said anything about wanting to play Siege with me, so I never did. The only reason I got Siege is because you claimed the channel point to download a new game, and it's a game that you play with your friends, and a lot of time your friends aren't on, and me being the person I am, I feel bad, so I was like, you know what? Let me try to get good at Siege so that he has somebody to play Siege with. That's always on because I'm always here, so that's literally just what I do. Like, that's just what I do. Cash, we got Marvel Rivals, we got Siege. Not with Cash, but I'm saying like the new games that I've gotten so far. We got Marvel Rivals, we got Siege. Um, I don't. I feel like there's a third, but I don't really remember. Yeah, I don't remember. But anyways, we get new games out here. I also need to uh, I really want to get that Mecha Chameleon game that everybody's playing with the painting and you gotta hide. I need to get that. That's gonna be fun too. That's gonna be a fun game. I can't wait. But yeah, there's good things coming, guys. Good things coming. But I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you, Tyler and Sierra, for being in the stream. And anybody else who hasn't said anything but was lurking, that's okay. I appreciate that too. I will Nightbot telling it. Yeah, Nightbot be exposed me with the OF link. Like, can you calm down with that? Like, like chill, bruh. But yes, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Don't know what I'm gonna play yet. Most likely Rocket League. I'll save Siege for when Tyler comes home tomorrow. Because I mean I could play it without him, but that's like I don't know. It really depends. I'm pretty sure Crazy's gonna try Siege again too because it's like he said, it's something other than Rocket League to play together. So yeah. So maybe I'll try out Siege some more. But Siege was fun. I really did like it. I was MVP a few times for my first day of playing. So let's go. Then we got real people and I started getting smoked. But we're not going to talk about that. Not going to talk about that. That's okay. It's all part of learning. I'm okay with losing because I'm brand new. Today was my first official day of playing Siege. So it's not like, oh my god, like this game is too hard. No, it's not because it's my first day. So I'm chilling. And I'm only going to get better from this point on. New games are always... Oh yeah, that's the game. The third game, A Story About My Uncle by P3. P3 claimed the channel point and told me to get that game. And I did that one. So we got 3 new games. Yeah, 3 new games. Marvel Rivals, Siege, and A Story About My Uncle. So, we got some new games going on. Like, that's exciting to me. That's exciting. But anyways, I will catch you guys tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great night. Thanks for being here. And these videos will be on YouTube tomorrow, not tonight, because I'm going to go chill, take a load off. I streamed 3 times today, I think. 3 times today. It's time for me to take a break. So, on that note, have a good night, y'all. Thank you for watching. Bye.